Hi, good evening, everyone. This is day 7, right? Day 7 of our Salesforce Cpq training. My name is Olu Samuel, and I'm here with Blackforce. So yesterday one second, let me just exit this screen. So we had these 2 assignments. So I hope you guys were able to work on it. So we looked at some option constraints and things like that. So today I mentioned yesterday that we're going to be going into twin field. Okay, so twin field it's nothing too serious. So I don't want to show that yet. So all right, so I'm going to fire up my CPQ instance or org, and we can get going. Okay, so twin field. So what is twin field? Don't worry, I'm going to come back, and probably before tomorrow I would add some notes here. Let me just see. Yeah, I added some, but yeah, it's okay. I'll just come back and add some notes. I want to add some notes on twin fields. Sorry, hold on a minute. Something is showing up on my screen, like some kind of warning. I don't know. All right, so twin field. So in CPQs, twin field is used to pass value of some kind of custom field from one object to another. That's one of the uses of twin field. And one thing that is important about twin field is, let me go to the org so you're not looking at my boring notes and start reading stuff. It's your notes anyway, so you guys will still get to see all the notes. So we must have the same data type and API name, else it won't work. Okay, I'm going to show you that. Don't worry. We're going to do a twin field is probably one of the easiest things in CPQ anyway, but it's good to know it, right? So, for example, if it's a pick place type, then the pick place values should also be exact match. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to practice maybe with one, because like I said, it's nothing too crazy, but it's just something that we need to have an idea as well. So it works only on custom fields, meaning standard fields cannot be mapped as twin field. Okay, so something for you guys to understand as well. I put this here for you guys. Where is it? Is it this one? Today's day 7, right? Yeah, I'll come back to this in a minute. Okay, so we have read access on the source file and edit access on the target file. I'm going to show you that. We're going to see that, right? So basically, twin fields are populated upon record creation. And again, I'll try and show you what that means, right? So twin fields only work between specific objects, okay? And another important point to remember is that twin fields, they are populated when that record is created. So editing the source field, right, will not affect the target field, okay? So if you just think of a formula, sorry, hold on a second. Let me see if I keep getting alerts on my computer. It's okay. So as I was saying, if you think of this as a formula field, right, in Salesforce, where you want to tag, sometimes you would create a formula field in one object and you want to tag another field from another object, right? So you can populate the record from one field value to the formula field, right? We have the similar concept with twin field as well. And we can achieve same in CPQ without the use of formula. So in a nutshell, twin field is used to pass value of a custom field from one object to another, okay? And in order to avoid formula fields, such as formula fields, so what you can do is you can create a twin field, okay? And what happens is whenever you have a formula in Salesforce, it consumes some system capacity, right? You guys, I don't know if you already know that, but whenever you have lots of formulas whenever you're using lots of formulas in Salesforce, it consumes some system capacity. So in order to save time, or if you want to save some running time, then this is the out of the box feature, and it only works in CPQ object, okay? And I want to show you this real quick as well. 1 second. So these are the objects that works with twin field, okay? So these are just, for example, contracts. So opportunity is made from amending or renewing the contract, right? It works on a product object. It works on the service contract. So this is kind of like a cheat sheet for you guys. So it's not going to work on all the objects, okay? So you guys can just go through this. So on the product, it works on the quote line, the product option. If a product and a product option both have the same field as a related quote line, then the quote line field inherits the value of the product option field, right? I think I'm going to give, we can do an example of that. So let me quickly go into the org, and what we got to do is this. So, sorry, 1 second. Oops. Oh no. Sorry, give me a moment, please. I just accidentally sorry, guys. Yeah. So we're going to go to our setup, okay? We're going to go to product field or product object, sorry, not field. Just going to type that in here, product. And what we're going to do is we're going to say new fields and relationship. We're going to go to new, and let's use a pick quiz for this one, okay? And see what we're going to get out of this. So if I go next, and I'm just going to name this maybe something like product category, right? Is that correct? Yeah, that's good. So I would say general, domestic, and just as an example, okay? What else do I need here? That's fine. So this is Salesforce. This is nothing too crazy. So just do this. Doesn't really matter for now. I would save that, okay? So now that's product category. Okay, good. Let me copy this. Oh, it's too late. Okay, so let me go to a new tab. I want to keep that for now. And we're going to go to quote line. Quote line object. Sorry, quote line. Yeah, hi.
There is a noise in the background. I'm not sure if it is from you.
No, let me just see. No, it's not from me, but it looks like no. Okay, let me mute myself and see if it's still coming, okay?
Yeah, it is from you.
So what kind of noise is it? Because I'm in a quiet room, so I'm curious.
Like running water? Better?
Is it still like that?
Yeah, it is.
Really? It's so quiet in here. I'm like, okay, so let me know if you have the same problem again. So if I go to quote line, I'm going to do the same here, okay? I'll do new as well. Yeah, I need to do new and do exactly the same. Product category, right? Okay, there's a mail that just came in and it's kind of so loud. Product category. And what was that again? General, domestic, right? And international. You guys are still good, right? No noise, no crazy noise. That is so weird, right? I don't know where that noise is coming from. You know what? Hold on a second. Let me check my system and make sure that there's not. Okay, so we're in the quote line. So if I go to next and save, right? So now we have those fields there. So what I'll quickly do is I would go back here. Are we in Cpq? Yeah, we're in Cpq. So I'll go to products. And I would say, which one do I want to use? 1 second, there's a specific product that I'm looking for here. So Jen, what? Okay, I'll use this one. I just want to use that, okay? So now we created a field, right? So I'm going to change the product category, okay? I'm going to change that to anything. So where is it? Product category, here it is. So I would change this to international, okay? And yeah, that's fine. So if I go to the quote line, I would just open this in a new tab as usual. I'll bring this to this side, right? So if I use, I think we were using 000, okay? So edit lines and edit lines. I'll delete this and I'll do a quick save. Where is that product? So you guys saw what I did, right? I changed the, we don't have this here. So why wouldn't we have this here? So it's probably one of so many things. Okay, there's no price book. Custom, that. I don't know that we've never used this one anyway. So save. And if I just go back and refresh this, okay, add product. I want to find that product. It's this one, right? 1500. Okay. I would select, I would save the quote, right? I will save the quote. Let me just check something here. Okay, we don't have it on this page. That's fine. So I would save this. And if I go to, this is the quote, right? So you guys can see that. So the quote line is also the product, okay? So if I say, if I click on this, then we're going to have, yeah, can you guys see that, right? So product category. This is an example of a twin field, okay? This is created on the quote line. So this is an example of a twin field because why do we have that? Because I changed the product category to international. So now, if, okay, actually, I'm going to ask you guys a question. You guys can answer, but you guys can see that, right? So if I go back to the product and change the product category to a different value, will that reflect on the quote line or not? Can someone just say yes or no? So let's say, okay, I want more answers. Ramet is always, Ramet and Mobology is, that both of you guys are always active in the class. Maybe we should give rewards for being active. All right. Okay. Everyone is saying yes. No. The answer is no. The answer is no. And that's the difference between the twin field and a formula. Okay. So you guys can try that. You guys can practice that. So if I change this, and I can just show you guys as well. So we're on the product, right? So if I edit, and change to something else, okay? General or whatever. I'm going to save that. If I go back here and refresh the page, it's not going to reflect because the quote has already been saved, right? So can you guys see that? It's still international. So this is the difference between a twin field and a formula. With a formula, if I make changes to this field, not immediately, but if I refresh this page at any time, then that's going to reflect, right? So that's pretty much what a twin field is, okay? And that's just a major difference that you would find with between a twin field and a formula, okay? So once the product has been selected on the quote and saved, it will not get updated if the parent value was later changed. And the parent can be updated many times, but the source will not get updated, okay? And now I'm going to ask another question. So if we add the same product to the quote line after changing the product category value, so after changing it now, so if we add this on the quote line, right? And what would be the value in our object product category? In our quote object product category, our quote line. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's basically what we first did, right? So yeah, exactly. That's basically what we first did. Okay. So if I go back here. Yeah, so for that to be updated, so you have to go back to the code, delete that line and add that product again, right? Because now we've changed that value. So you have to go to that code, delete that line, and then add that same product back, and then it should, maybe you want to refresh the code as well, okay? So, all right, good. Yeah, so I want you guys to keep this handy, okay? So whenever you're asked to create a twin field, okay, you can justify with this, okay? And these are the fields, or these are the objects that you can create, right? So others, they're not possible to create. So whenever you want to create a twin field, if it's not in this object here, then just know that you're not able to do that, okay? So now we're going to move on to guided selling. I like guided selling. If it's exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So if it's configured with a formula, obviously you're not going to be able to edit, right? But because if you guys see here, we have the pencil icon. But if it was a formula, it would be something. Well, this is a formula, right? So it would be something like this. So you're not going to be able to edit this, right? So it would just be something like this. Yeah, that's true. Thank you. So we're going to move on to guided selling, okay? This is an important part of Cpq. So let me know if you guys are still hearing some weird noise, or just make sure that I'm safe where I am. I don't know why you guys are hearing such a weird noise, but anyway, because I'm not even hearing anything. All right, sounds good. Thank you very much. So guided selling, okay? So what is guided selling? Just as the name implies, so it's guiding the sales rep, right? It's guiding the end user. So guided selling is a tool which will help the sales rep to find the correct products, right? And that is based on the customer's response. So it's a kind of guidance where we're giving sales rep help, especially when it's a large product, right? So they can select many selections from a large product catalogs, right? So if I quickly, so there are 3 objects to achieve guided selling. This is very important as well. So we have the quote process. It's an object in Cpq. We have the process input and process input conditions, okay? So I put in some stuff here for you. Actually, 1 second. Okay, we're not there yet. So let's just leave it at this for now. Yeah. So we have 3 objects to achieve guided selling, okay? We have the quote process, we have the process input, and the process input conditions, okay? So let's play around and do some stuff here. So we're going to do, okay, we're already on product. So if I say, yeah, let's see if this is going to work. Okay. I'm going to use a pick list again. So I'm going to go next. What we can call this system memory or something like that. Okay. And we're going to give it like 4 gig, 8 gig, and 12. I think we have 16 GB as well, I think. Right, so I'm gonna go. Let me just make sure it's all good. So that's good. Next, we're gonna do save and new. Yeah, I'm gonna do 2. Right, so I'm gonna do for system memory and system storage. So if I again go to pick list, I'm gonna go do next. I would say system storage, okay? And for this, we can have something like 256 GB. We can have 512 GB. I think we have 1 terabyte. I don't think we have 256 GB actually, 2 terabyte. 3 terabyte. I think we have 4 terabyte anyway. Actually, all right. I don't know. Maybe. Okay. All right. So that should be good for now. So if I go next, you guys would see what it's going to look like in a moment. I would do, 1 second. But yeah, so I was just checking something. All right, so save. So if I go to here, I need to add this product, okay? I'm just gonna quickly do this. Maybe add 1 or 2, right? Let me just see. Yeah, I would add 1 or 2, okay? Well, for now, I will just add the first one for now. If I go to new, I'll just give it the same name. And family can be hardware. And 1 second. Family can be actually I think I need to create that code process before this, so that's okay. So hardware, this. What else do I need? I'm gonna say, what was that again? So I'm gonna say 8 gig, 3 terabytes. I'm gonna say 8 gig, 3 terabyte. I hope we have space in between. Let me check something real quick. So if I go to quotes, I want to see if we have spaces in between our this stuff here. So if I go to edit lines. Oh, the noise has started again. Okay. How about now? Still. Sorry about that, guys. I really have no idea what's going on. It's probably my desktop. I'm using like an old desktop. Not old actually, but like an old tower. But my desktop is very fast. It's like 32 gigs something, whatever. But it's like an old tower. So I'm going to start from code process. Then I'm going to go back to that product that we were creating, right? I don't even know it was created. I don't know if I finished creating it, but it's okay. I'll go back. So I'm going to go to code process. And so we want to do a guided selling here. So let's just double check that we don't have anything there. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to say new code process. And we're going to call this guided for laptop, okay? And I'm gonna say guided only. And we're gonna have this in a sorting order of 10. What else do I want to add in here? So if I just check, that's good. Okay, I would save that, okay? Now, the next thing that we're going to do is you guys will see what we're trying to do in a minute, okay? So if we go, so there's always going to be something to do in that related tab in Cpq, right? So if we switch to the related tab, we're going to create new process input, okay? So we're going to create a new process input. We can call this. So what we're going to do is we're going to add the storage values here. We're not using that at the moment. We're going to have the label name and everything like that, okay? So one thing that I'll quickly do is we need to have that storage value here, okay? The one that we created. So what I'll do, I'm going to cancel out of this for a moment. We'll go into, just going to do this, not that object. Actually, yeah, it's different object. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go to process input. So why are we going to process input? So process input here is also an object, right? And we want to add something to that field. So if we say process input, and I'm going to open this. So we want to do that input field. So that one here, and that should be that should be our, if I can still remember, because it has to be the API name, okay? Hopefully I remember. I think it's system. Okay, you know what? Let me just open this real quick. Were those created? They were created in product. I think we created those in products, right? So all I want to do is, if I do system memory, and I think both of them are system. Yeah. So we're going to copy this. So system memory, I'm going to copy that, the API name. Okay. I was going to guess, but I can't remember if I actually put a space in between. Also system storage, system memory. Okay, good. All right. So if I just do that, and we're going to save this. So basically that's just going to show up in this field. So I'll refresh this for now. Another thing we're going to do as well is, if I go back here, there's something called product field. Yeah. So we're going to do the same as well. So if I just do new again, and so the first one should be system. Does that look right? Oh, system memory. Let me just check system. Hope the screen is not too small, because I'm using like a 14-inch laptop, so screen, so it looks like it's kind of small.
It's a little, yeah, it's hard to read. A little bit more. Oh, now it's better.
Okay, so if I say system memory, system storage, I would say, yeah, this is the reason I was avoiding using my laptop. But I don't want to reboot my computer today, so hopefully maybe tomorrow will be fine. So next, if we go to, we're still on this field, on this object. So we're gonna add a new pick list with those values as well. We probably, it needs to be added, but we're not going to select them, but I just want to add them just to be on that safe side. So if I say 4 GB and 8 GB and 12, right? I think we also have 16. Just pretty much what we did before. So let me just make sure memory. Oh yeah, it should be system memory, not just memory. It has to match, just like a twin field. So next, save a new, and we're gonna do one for the pick list. This is gonna be system storage. So this is gonna be system storage, and 1 second. So system storage. What do we have? We have, okay, from 256 to 4 TB. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's good. So now I'm going to refresh this page. I'm just going to do reload. So I'm going to.
Oh, Olu, there's a comment in the chat.
Okay, 1 second, please. Thank you. Thanks, Ramat. Ramat is always on point. Thank you very much. System storage. Now I'm running out of space on the screen. That's some process input. Let me just do this. System storage. If we do, yeah, thank you. Wow. Paying attention to detail. That's really good. Yep, that's fine. Thank you very much. Okay, so now I'm going to do a process input. So we're going to call this memory. We're going to make it active, and the label is something like select your system memory or something, whatever they want you to do, right? You do that. In the input field, so you guys can see that. So we have to select the system memory, okay? Order of display, I'll leave it as 1 for now. I'll come back and change it later. The default field, so we leave those for now. This is going to be US dollar. No, we don't need this, right? So we don't need any of that. So we leave that for now. So now I'm going to select system memory equals, okay? I'm going to do that and probably do another one, save and new. Oops, conditions. Yeah, sorry. All, right? So conditions should be all, okay? So I'm going to select all, right? Conditions met, all, okay? It's only one condition anyway, but I'll just say save. Oh, I was going to do save and new. Okay, so I'll do another one for storage, okay? So if I say storage, I don't know if that one was active. Select your system storage, right? Input field, I'm going to say system storage, conditions all, display order, I'll put that as 2, and product is system storage, right? Let me just see, storage, yeah, and equals, okay? So let me just double check that it's all good. All right, so save. So now, how do we make this guided selling for a particular code? So what we're going to do is we're going to copy the process ID, okay? And we're going to paste that process ID in the code. So what do we mean by the process ID? So whenever they say ID something, it's this one right at the top, okay? So we're going to do a copy. I'll probably leave this page as it is for now. I might need that page later. So I would open a quote on a new tab. So I'll use this one, right? Yeah, we can use that one. So we scroll all the way down to, right? So quote process ID, okay? So quote process ID. So we're going to paste that there. Otherwise, this is not going to work. And we will say save, okay? So we might run into some issues, and I would like I would like to test you guys' knowledge, okay, and find out why. I might have already resolved that anyway. But anyway, so if I do edit lines and I'll just delete this. I think I created a product, right? So we're gonna run into a problem if we don't have a product that has, okay. So select your system storage. So this is missing. So this is a guided selling, okay? So this is missing some information. And so we want to be able to see memory and storage, right? So we want to be able to see these two questions, but right now it's only showing one, but we'll try and fix that in a moment. But so now we're saying that any system storage with 256 GB suggests, right? It's probably going to come up with an error. Okay, there's nothing there. So now what we're going to do is if I go back to, this is so small. If I go back to that product that I was creating, did I actually, okay, I didn't, right? So I'll just copy this and I'll do a new product. And I'm going to say, I thought we saved it, but okay. I would say hardware. Oh, maybe we did, but I didn't put the price or something. Okay. So now I'm going to select, let's say, okay, let me just do the same thing, that 8 GB, 3 terabyte. Okay. I'm going to say 8 gig, 3 terabyte. Okay, let me just see. So don't worry about anything about here for now. So we're gonna say save. Okay, there's still an issue that we need to fix, but for now, if I just refresh this page and try to add a product with 8 GB, right? So we should get a suggestion. So add product. Oh, it was 3 terabytes, right? Suggest. Okay, so it's still not doing the right thing. So 1 second. So this is system storage, system memory. So if I go to so memory, 1 second. So first thing we're supposed to see, we want to see 2 questions, right? But okay, that's another. Have you added the price? Thank you. Yeah, we need to add the price as well. That's why. Yeah. Let's just say 1500, save, add the price book. You guys are so good. You guys are so good. Like, you guys really know this stuff. Okay, so I'm just going to do another refresh. And that should be 3 terabyte, 8 gig. Okay, either of those. Come on. This is why I don't like using the laptop. It's probably one of the reasons I'm running away from. I don't know why, but it's okay. So 3 terabyte. So yes, it's still not there. 1 second. If we do guided selling, let me just check this. So guided only, sort order. Okay. So if I say system memory, yeah, there's something else that I need to check here. 1 second. So if I go here, so system memory, that's fine. What? That's not right. Look at that. That's not right. System, yeah, it should be 1 second. So if I go back here, if I do, okay, so that's fine. That's fine. So this should be, let me just go back. So now I'm troubleshooting, right, guys? So I already know something is not right, but anyway, I already know that. So if I do, yeah, why is that showing memory? That should be system memory. That should be system memory. So that is why, okay, if I refresh this page, so that is probably why we're only getting 1. So what I might do is, if I do add products, let me see, do I have a chat? It was when I was creating it, okay. Yeah, exactly. So now you can say, I can only see the storage, but I cannot see the memory. And this is the problem. This is the problem here. So what I'm going to do is, it's going to take time to do that, but what should I do here? But this is the problem anyway. So it should be system memory. It doesn't allow to edit because actually, oh man. Yeah, it's not gonna allow me to do that. I think I just tried. Sorry, I'm just trying to trying to understand what you guys are saying. So you can edit the field you copied the API name to. Okay, let's try that. That's a good suggestion. If I do this, if I do this, so copy. So we did this, we did this, right? So we can edit this, guys. So system memory, let's edit. Okay, let's save that if it's going to allow me to. All right. So that's a good suggestion. So if I do this, right, this is the other one. Okay, if I do that, right? Okay, so let's try and see. So if I go back to the quote, and add product. Yeah, good. See, that's a very good suggestion. So that fixed it, right? Yay, Mobology, well done. You see? All right, so what's next? So 8 gig, right? So 8 gig, and 3 terabytes. So 8 gig and 3 terabyte. Let's see if it's gonna. So attempt to dereference a null object. Okay, so if I go back to this object, this product. If I go to, what did we pick? The system memory is 8 gig and system storage is 3 terabyte. Let me just refresh. Sorry, 1 second. One more thing as well that I need to do. One more thing. Let me just. Why is it showing 2 system memory? Yeah, you're going to run into all these things with product rules. So that is why it's important to pay good attention. So system memory product build, but we should have input, process input. This is what? Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's still doing that. Okay, yeah, that's still fine. That's still fine. All right, that's good. Okay, 1 second. So memory. I thought there was a chat. So memory. I think I already checked that. Okay, I just want to find out what's going on here. Let me just refresh again, and I'm going to add product. This bit is working now, right? So you guys can see that. So if I just do product with 8 gig, right? We put a space there. So if I go to here, there is a space. I'm just checking all possibilities, right? So we put a space there and it's 8 gigs, 3 terabytes. So it's 8 gig, 3 terabyte. Okay. So suggest attempt to dereference a null object. So if I go to the product, so we have where is this? System storage, yeah, that's good, Attempt to dereference a null object. So basically, the expectation is for us to see only that product. So it should only suggest that product, right? That's the expectation here. So let me go to the related tab. So we had it to the right. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me try something here. I just want to make sure that that product is available. Okay, that product is not even here. Okay, 1 second. Let me try something. I'll do a refresh. I don't want to dwell too much on this. We still have so much to cover tonight. Come on. If I do add product, I'm going to cancel out of this for now. Let me see. So why is that product not showing here? Is it there? Okay, let me search. Okay, let me go back here. Here. What's the, okay, that's fine. That's US dollars. Okay, you guys didn't tell me this one. Yeah, exactly. Active, right? So you guys didn't tell me this one. Oh, you guys rock. Yeah, it wasn't active. That's why. So that's safe. Yeah, that's the thing with Cpq though, and that's sometimes the issues that I run into. Yeah, exactly. The product wasn't active, right? But yeah, so that sometimes it's always like, oh, this field is missing or something is missing and things like that, right? It's still giving us that error. Okay, let me try and see if that product is even showing up, right? So it's active. We have the, oh, one more thing. What's the pricing method? What's the price? Okay, that's good. That's good. So if I say cancel, I want to be able to see that product, right? So let's see. Yep. So, okay, it's there. Oh, okay. So let me see if I can add it. Yeah, let me see if I can add it. Okay, that's fine. So now the expectation is if I sorry, this is a very small screen. So let me just see the details here. Second, where is this? So system memory is 8 gig. Yeah, this should really work. But you know what, guys? I'll try and fix it and let you know. But if you're practicing, you can also see if you, yeah, it's probably like that name or something. So if I try with, if I try with 8 gig. So what is your system memory? 8 gig and none, and see what happens. So memory, selection memory order is 1. System memory. What's that? Inspire living. I don't know what that is. System memory. Okay. So select your memory, select memory. Okay, that's good. Equals. Okay, I don't know. Is it the right price book ID? So yeah, so if we go to our code process, and if we go to, yeah, that's a good troubleshooting as well. So this is the ID, right? So let's just copy that. And if I go, I think it is anyway, but let me cancel. Let me cancel. Yeah, it is, right? So 1MGAAT. So yep, so that's the code process ID. It's okay. You guys can see. So we're not going to dwell too much on this, but I've done it before anyway. I did it recently and it worked. But it's just that sometimes it's you know what I want to do? Let me do one at a time. So let me do one at a time and see what we get, okay? And probably the trouble. I could troubleshoot, but it's going to take our time and we have quite a lot to go through. So memory. So I'm going to delete storage I'm going to deactivate storage for now. So this is, no, if I go here, so storage, if I deactivate storage, okay. 1 second, that's display order 2. Okay, I'm going to save this, okay, and I'll try again. So I'll refresh. I'll do a troubleshooting on this in a moment, but so it's on the product side. It's on the product side. So that hardware, product families, hardware. What else is missing here? What else is missing here? Product TH. Description, the pricing method is list. Okay, 1 second, please. I don't like when something's not working. So what I'm gonna do is I will create a test product. For now, I would say this is hardware. I would do a product called TP, make it active, and do 4 gig and 1 terabyte or something, right? So what else? So save. I would quickly add a price. I think it's around about those API names that I just have to. What I'll probably need to do is do it all over again, but it's going to take time, so I don't want to do that right now. So I'll just do save, add that. So custom price USD. Next, let's see. Okay, all right. So now we have that. So what is it anyway? So it's 4 gig 1 terabyte. So 4 gig 1 terabyte. 4 gig 1 terabyte. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'm going to, so yeah, I want to make sure that, no, not even this one. So I want to make sure that I'm using the right API names, okay? That can cause some problem actually. So not using the right API names can cause some problem. So what I want to do is I want to make sure that if I'm using system memory in the product, I also want to be using system memory in as the API name here as well. Okay, I thought we were able to edit that before. Let's try one more time. Okay. So system memory, system storage. What field is this? Product field. If I go to the input field as well, input field, and yeah, let's try one more time. I'll probably tell you what the problem is tomorrow. If I don't want to dwell too much on this, I'll tell you what the problem is tomorrow. So 1 second, let me just check. Okay, all right. So, and we have this as well. Yeah, this also. No, we don't. Thanks. I'm gonna hide something here. So hide floating meeting controls here. So this, it's not gonna allow me to change it. Okay. So if I say process input, so if I do a new one, pick list. Actually, that's working. You know what? Let me find out. I've done this before, but let me find out why it's not working. It's gonna take time to trying to fix this. So because it's already, I can see that is working. So if I just don't mess around with this for now, it's probably that anyway. But if it is, I'll let you know tomorrow. So if I just save this, okay, all right. So, but then the problem is this is gonna stop me from showing you what else I wanted to show you guys, and that's not what I like. Okay, hold on a second. Let me do a quick search on this guy. So let's just do a quick troubleshoot together, okay? So the error is caused by a line of code that is searching for a value that does not exist because a particular field value is null. When a required record field is missing a record value. So it's caused by a line of code that is searching for a value that does not exist. Searching for a value that does not exist because a particular field value is null. Particular field value is null. Yeah, this is not going to let me show you what I want to show you next. 1 second. Which field is null? We already have this. Okay, right. Okay, yeah, let me see what I can do. Let me see. So I'll try and continue. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I don't want to dwell too much on this, but I'm trying to see if I can go bypass this and show you something different. But so, oh man. You know what? Let me do something here. Sorry about this. Let me do. So this is fine up to this level. So let me do here if it allows me to do that. So if I do this, I think still do that. And system storage. I don't like what is going on there. So if I go here and delete this too as well, we do it all over again. See what's going on. Okay, so I'll delete this product. I'll leave product as it is. So system memory, system storage, so that's fine. This guys as well, product field. So product field and input field. I'll delete this. And what's the other one? So product field. Delete. Save. Delete. Save. Okay, so 1 second. So product field. If I refresh that, so let me go to input field here. Input field. Okay. All right. So now I just went back a little bit. So now let me just see. This is person. I don't. The laptop monitor is just too small for me for some reason. So we have system memory. We can see that. So this is the product, right? Okay, that's good. So we have the system memory. So we've done all of that. Okay, 4 gig, blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. So now what we're going to do is so process input. So if I do new, okay, so if I do pick list and next, and I will do So what do we have for system memory? Four gig to 16 gig. Sorry, 1 second. I just want to check. I think someone is. Oh, sorry. It's not relevant right now. So system memory. So this is process input, right? So we're creating this pick list. Okay. So if I go next, and this API name is better be good this time around. So if I go next, so system memory, process input layout. Okay. So save and new. So if I do pick list again, and this time around we're doing system storage. I think it was 256, 512. So 1 TB, 2 TB, TB, 2 TB, 3 TB, 4 TB, right? I think that's good. System storage, okay. Let me just check. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, this monitor is too small for me. It's kind of not very good for me right now. Okay, so now, so those two are done, right? So we have, okay, so system error. Okay, good. So now I'm going to product field and input field. Okay. Product field system. Why do we still have this? This shouldn't be here. I don't want this here. What's this? I don't want this here. I thought it was deleted before. Okay. Okay, all right. So I'm gonna add the new one. So let me quickly copy product. Where is it? So system memory. Okay. System memory and system storage. What? Okay, so I'll copy this. So this is product field. Okay, I'll save this. Product field, I'll save that. So let's see. Okay, so far. So I'll just do this here. So far. All right, so I'll go back to, I'll refresh this page. I broke it, the org. Okay, group selling. Okay, so it's guided only, it's sorted 10. So this part is good so far. Guided selling for laptop, that part is good. So if I go to new, I'm not going to do anything for now. I just want to make sure everything is good. So we have those there. So, okay, that's fine. That's fine. Sorry. System, sorry, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. All right, so good. So now, now if we just do one at a time, memory active label or something. So this is system memory and condition is all. And the other for now should be 1. And this is system memory, right? Okay. Equals. Okay, all right. Save a new story. storage to all storage equals, okay? So I'm gonna say save. Okay, so now what's next? What did I miss before? So 1 second, I just want to make sure that, okay, so the quote, so this is the quote process. So we already copied this, but if I go back, we have so many tabs open now. So if I go back to the quote, this one, sometimes it's good to use a new quote just to be on, actually, you know what? I might try that next. So GAAP, so that's fine. So GAAP, okay. All right, so now, so what's next? So now I want to create, I'll close some of these guys here. I'll close this. I'll just do a product. So I'm going to delete these two products because it didn't work. So I'll just do this. And now I'm going to do a new product. Okay. So I'm going to say, I'll give it hardware. I'm going to say TP or whatever. I'll make it active. And so I think this is the place where we're getting this problem here. So 4 gig. So I'll say 4 gig. 4 gig 250 is just like the top two. And I think that's about it. 1 second. Yeah. So save. So go to the related tab. Wow. We're gonna stay a bit longer tonight because this didn't go as planned. So save. Add to price book. Custom price, USD. Next. Save. Okay. All right. So now I think that's good so far. So if I go back to the quote, okay, I really have no idea what's going on before. So if I do add product, okay, so far this is good. So if I say 4 gig and 256, wow. Did you guys see that? This is what I was expecting. Oh my goodness. So this is what I was expecting, okay? So when you select, so if I cancel, so you guys saw what I did, right? So that's the thing with CPQ, okay? Sometimes that API is very important in CPQ, okay? So that API it's actually very, very important, okay? That was where the problem was coming from, but it's okay. So you guys see that, right? So this is guided selling. So I'm going to refresh one more time so we can quickly go. I'm going to be as fast as I can, okay? And please, we're going to stay a bit longer because we had a bit of issue with that weird noise that you guys, you could hear from your end, okay? So quickly, let's try again one more time. So 4 gig, 256 gig, and right? So that's 1 second. So 4 gig and 250. Actually, let's do a different variation. So 8 gig. So we shouldn't get anything with this one, right? So if I say suggest, right? So that's working, right? So you guys can see that, okay? So, I'm not going to be able to add all the products now. So what I'm going to do is, if we get a requirement to display option to select only when 16 gig is selected, right? So how do we do that? So we get a requirement to display the option to select storage only when 16 gig is created. So how do we do that? So if we go back to one of these, not this one, let me close this. Wow, you guys saw what happened. That's Salesforce and CPQ for you. It's so annoying. Trust me. So annoying, I can tell you. So we need to go to 1 second. Why is that? Yeah, I saw that there. So if I go back to, the code process, why is that showing that? Okay, it's gone now. Yeah, I saw like a weird eye icon. Anyway, so here, so quickly, we're gonna do this, a new one, and we're just gonna say display storage option. What should I say? Only when 16 gig is selected or something, right? So we're gonna make it active. US dollar here. It should be in our currency. And then what we want to do is here you're gonna type in memory, which is this is gonna be the parent this time around. Okay, you guys would see what we're trying to do in a moment. So I would select memory, and I would say when the memory equals 16 gig, right? It was 16 gig, right? I would say save. Okay, then yeah, 1 second. That's it. So memory, that's a process input condition. Okay, all right. So if I go back to the quote, if I refresh, we probably don't have a product with 16 gig anyway, but you guys can practice with this, okay? Sorry that we were going on and on with that stuff, right? So, okay, yeah, sorry. You guys saw that, right? So only when you select 16 gig, then you get this option, okay? So I'll do that again. So you see, if we select 8 gig, nothing shows up. If we select 4 gig, nothing shows up. If we select 12 gig, nothing shows up. But whenever we select 16 gig, then we get that option to select the storage, right? That is a requirement, but I didn't type it in because I didn't get a time to do that, okay? So you guys have an idea of what we're trying to do, although we had that issue, but you guys saw that having the right API name all the way from the product to the, it's good that we saw that in class as well, because this is going to happen in real time. Okay. Actually, this has happened to me in real time before. So you guys can know, right? And it was all back to that API name. So that API name is very, very important. Okay. So quickly, we're going to move into a new topic. It's called product rules. Okay. I'm going to add the notes. I'm going to add the notes in a moment. So let me just see what I have here for you guys. Yeah, product rules. Okay, let me just scroll down. Also, I have a weird mouse here. So product rules is kind of used to define additional logic on the bundles. And that is to ensure that a product options configuration is valid in terms of technical and business aspects. Okay, so product rules are also often related to bundles, and this kind of ensures that the sales rep get the right product. Sorry, I'm not sure if you guys are asking any question. Oh, okay. Yeah, this was hidden because it's kind of disturbing me. I'm gonna hide it again. If I have any question, you guys can just let me know. So hide floating meeting control. Yeah. So like I was saying, it ensures the sales rep to get the right product on the quote the first time around. Okay. So product rules brings more benefit by saving huge amount of time and money by, I'm gonna give you some notes. Okay. One of them is it helps sales reps to stay on course when they're navigating complex combinations of products and services, and also reusability, right? So once the product rule is set up, we can use the same rule for multiple bundles if needed, right? And another one is it allows us to evaluate product options in a bundle or a quote line, okay? So we have types of products that I put on the screen here. Where is it? I thought I put it. Okay. So we have I put it somewhere here. All right, I'll get the screenshot for you guys. So we have different types of
product rules. Okay, so we have the alert, we have the validation, we have the filter, and we have the selection. Okay, so it's just basically the way it sounds. For example, the alert rule can only display like the error message if there is any configuration made against the logic that is defined, right? So we can, in a way, acknowledge the error message and then proceed further to save, right? So we have the validation, just same as the alert. It shows a message to your sales rep about a problem in the product configuration, okay? But unlike the alert, we cannot go further to save the configuration until we fix all the displayed errors, right? So kind of a little bit of opposite of each other, right? Then we have the filter rule as well. So it allows us to add the product options dynamically to a bundled product. And we have the selection as well. So we can automatically make product options to add, to remove, to hide, to enable or disable, and things like that, okay? And we do that by using the selection rule, okay? So in here, we have some type that I was just talking about, the add, that allows you to add a specified option. The remove, that is the select the specified option not supported for quote scope selection rules, okay? Enabled, we're going to see some of this in the org anyway, so you guys can go through the notes so we can cover up on some grounds that, you know, time and stuff that we lost today. So all rules are important, okay? Just make note that all rules are important, but selection and validation has the most scope, and we're going to look into these. So and there is an important, there are some important objects that it's tied to the product rules, okay? And again, let me see if I put those here. Okay, good, I did, right? So these are the objects involved in product rules, okay? So we have the product rule, and inside that we have the error condition, the action, the lookup query, the configuration rule, okay? So a product rule record has a few details about how the rule should behave, but mainly it acts as a container as well, right? Or let's say a point of contact for any records on other objects related to the rule. So important to note that as well. So if we quickly go to, oh yeah, another thing that I want to talk about is product rule. This product rule is the main object, right? While the others are just kind of related objects, right? So the product rule has the name and the type, the validation, the filter, the selection. You're going to see that in the product rule, right? So the error condition is where you write the logic, right, for that error. And if there's something like if called as product A that has been selected, right? So you can have those kind of logics. And then in the action, we'll go through the type kind of type. So if we, how can I explain this to you guys? So in the action, we're going to have something like, say, if we want to remove or hide product A, right? So that actions are triggered depending on that condition, okay? So depending on the condition that we set before, that action will be triggered, okay? And also, if we want to pull data using lookup, then we will see more examples looking lookup query as well. So, and it's the same thing as lookup, you know, lookup field in normal Salesforce, right? And then the configuration rule is where we tell the system on which bundle to trigger the product rule, right? So we're going to see all of that, but let me see if I can show you some examples here. So if I go back to the org, I think I might have some examples that I want to show you guys. 1 second. I made note to show you some examples. So, okay, I think I can show you. Okay, let's start with the alert example, right? So, as a requirement for an alert example, we want to inform or notify the sales rep about a new monitor product availability, okay? So what we do, if I go to here, so where is, yeah, this is, yeah, so we're going to go to product rule, okay? and we're going to say new. I like to see everything. So if I just do that. So we're going to say new. Let's say something like alert on, let's say, okay, 1 second. Latest monitor, something like this, right? Availability, I hope that's correct. So this is going to be a type alert, okay? And this is going to be active, and this is going to be all. And in here, we can put in the message. So we can say something like, hello, a new version of monitor product is available. Would you like to view the available monitor products? So you guys saw some troubleshooting today. I like to troubleshoot, but when I'm in class, it's because of time, right? I don't like it. But and again, if I am showing you something, I really want you guys to, but it's actually a good one, actually. So we can all like learn, like take that experience to real time and say, okay, I saw this before. I saw Olu Samuel do this before, and then we can do that, right? So sorry. So the evaluation event, we're gonna say always, and the scope, we're gonna use the product, right? Because we're talking about product this time around, and basically, you can just use the evaluation event to determine when Salesforce CPQ considers and run a product rule, okay? And in here, we have load. So we're just saying that when the user loads the configurator, so it's just like that. It's like the same concept with before save flow and after save flow. Similar concept here, right? So edit when the user make changes in the field in the configurator, right? And save is when the user save via the save or quick save button and in the code configuration. And always is whenever we have any user loads, edits, saves or quotes, right? Kind of covers everything. So kind of similar concept with what we already know. Let me just make sure that we are not missing anything. We're probably going to get like a warning here, I think. But it should still allow us to go through. 1 second. Okay. So we're going to save this. Okay. Looks like we're good. So okay, good. So while that one is running, I'm just going to go to error condition object. And we want to edit the tested field values. Okay. Yeah, tested field, right? We want to edit this field, okay? And we want to add another API name, something here. So the product code. Let me make sure. I think I know it anyway, but I think it's SBQQ _ product code _ C, but I just want to make sure that we are doing the right stuff here. So if I go here, and product code, let me just do this real quick. Okay, so product code, where is it? Product code. Do we not have a product code here? We are in the product object, right? It should be SPQQ. 1 second. If I go back here. Yeah, it should be SPQQ, but anyway. I'll try what I know, which it should be. If it's not, then I'll come back and change it, okay? I think that's what it is. Yeah. Fingers crossed. I think that's what it is. So Cpq, yeah, that's it, it's a sales. Sorry, it's a Cpq cost manage field. So that's what it should be. Anyway, so if I go to yeah, one more thing that I need to do here as well on this page, I think. Where is this? Yeah, what? Okay, controlling field, right? So we need to change, yeah, so we want to enable this, right? So we want to allow this to be selected. So if I do this, I would do include and I would save, right? So that's fine. Okay, that's important. Then what we want to do is if I go back to here. So the next thing we want to do here is we want to have a new error condition, okay? So I'm going to say new. I'm going to say this is going to be a product option, right? This is on a product option, right? And I think we're not going to select a tested field. So we're just going to go straight to this. We're going to say not equal, and we're going to say value. What was that again? I think it was monitor 20, right? So what is monitor 20? What is monitor 20? Monitor 20 code. Monitor 20 code. Where is it? M20. Okay, all right. So we're going to say M20, okay? M20. That should be it, but let's just go through. We selected the product option, yeah. This I can show you later. So we can say the tested field is the unit price, but we're not dealing with the unit price right now. We just do it with, okay. So let me just see. So I'm going to say save. Let me see if I get any error. So that should be good. Okay. Oh yeah, tested field. So what do we use for tested field? What should we use for tested field? Okay. So we can either use a tested field or a tested attribute, okay? It's either one or the other, but I think unit price is what we can use in this situation, but let me just think about this for a minute. Okay, let's try that. Let's try. Yeah, let's try the unit price and see. I think, okay, so that's the error condition. So what we want to do next is, so now how do we tell the system that this rule should only work on specific bundle product, right? So we use the configuration rule, okay? So that's what we need to do next. But I need to be sure about that tested field. So we use the configuration rule, right? And we're going to have a new configuration here. So it's going to be active. And in here, we want to select our desktop bundle product, right? So if I select the desktop bundle product and what else do I need? I think that should be good. Okay, let's see if this is working, okay? Let's see if this is working. So if I go to, yeah, sometimes we might have done, okay, 1 second. We might need to use a new code because we added something to that one, but let's try and see. Let me play safe here. So I'm going to try and use this guy here. So what do we have? 0002, because we made a lot of stuff on that one and I don't want it to affect anything. All right, so okay, let's try and see. So we're gonna select our desktop bundle, select, and we're gonna say, I would say save. Yep. Can you guys see that? That's what we want to see, right? So, hello, a new version of Monitor product is available. So would you like to view the available Monitor products, right? So you can just say continue and it would show, then we can add it something there and it's going to give us like list of monitors, right? So, and that's another configuration that we can do in Cpq, right? But okay, so that's one. I think we can try something else, right? So you guys understand what we did, right? So if someone selects a product that is below, so basically we have a business and we have like a high-end product and a low-end product, right? So someone is trying to buy a low-end product, but they're gonna get a pop-up message saying, hey, we have the same version of Nike. Sorry, not the same version, but we have the new Nike, whatever running shoe, and it's available. So do you want to check it out? Right. That's basically what that's doing, what we just did. Okay. So next we're going to do, let me see if what else I can show you guys before. I think I want to show you something else as well. Actually, let's play around with a few stuff here before we, so if I go to that, where is it? So this, okay, I'll not do that for now. I'll just, yeah, I'm thinking of another, I think I should show you the validation as well. The validation side of it, right? I think I should show you that. So, okay, let's try a validation and we probably will stop here for today. But if we can continue, we'll continue as well. So we've seen what an alert can do, right? So we got to go back to the product rule. We're already there, but we just want to get to this new. So you create a new product rule and we want to give a condition that validates mouse quantity. Actually, mouse pad quantity is greater than mouse quantity. You guys would see in a minute what I'm trying to do. So we're going to use the validation rule this time around, okay? And we're going to say all conditions are met as well. Invalid. Let me just make it like this. You have made an invalid selection. See, guys, I can't type anymore. Mouse pad quantity should not be, let's just say greater than, should not be great. Let me just do this. Then the mouse, let's see if we can get this to work. Yeah, sometimes I like to do complex stuff and then now it turns to some kind of troubleshooting. So if I say, if we get to select the product, the scope is applies the rule to the entire code or specific product, right? So we want to apply to the product in this case, okay? Our evaluation order should be 20. I think we already have 10. Our evaluation event, we can say always. What else do we need? Active, this is going to be active. Always remind me if I forget that, okay? So now we're going to do something that is called summary variable, okay? This is part of the product rule. So summary variable. So summary variables, okay? Okay, so we haven't done one before, so we need to, let me see if I can create one real quick. So if we say mouse pad quantity, and we want to do a sum, and we want to leave that as quantity, and the target object is the product option, like we did with the other one. And then if we scroll down, we want to say filter value. 1 second. So filter feed should be the product code. We probably don't have a mouse pad yet, so we probably have to create one. So product code, and what can I use another object? Anyway, so filter value will be the product code. So in this case, I can just do something like MP or something. We'll actually no. I might have something called MP in the already, so I don't want to mess things up. So we're gonna say equals, okay, equals that product code equals. I think this should be like product code. Then this operator should be below this and this, right? So that way we know what's going on. But it's okay. You guys understand. So let me just check. Mouse pad under that. Okay, save, right? Hopefully that should be good. Hopefully that should be good. So that's that. And now we're gonna do something called so summary variable. So let's do. I'm not sure if I missed a step, but it wouldn't work if I miss a step. But just pay attention, and you guys can practice. Okay. Excuse me. So product option, pricing, product rows is probably the most complex stuff in CPQ, and it requires that you kind of pay attention and stuff like that. So if I say product code equals, well, let me just see what we have first. So if I go to our products, what is our mouse? Let me just do this. Okay, so we have two here. So I think I can delete this one. Let's use wireless mouse for now. So I'm just going to copy this so I know what I'm doing. So wireless mouse, blah, 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 blah. So 1 second. That should be equals, right? I'm just making sure that we're not missing anything. It's so easy to miss something here, and so save. All right. So hopefully that should work. So now if we go back to, where is our product rules? Okay, we're still in that. So we'll go back. Error condition. So we're going to go to this error condition, and we're going to say something like, it's going to select that. So I'll check that for a minute. So we wanted, okay, yeah. So this time around, we're not going to be using a tested object, okay? So we're going to be using a tested attribute, okay? So we should be able to find mouse. Where is it? What did I call it? Tested attribute. So one second. Oh. That's oh, sorry, guys. It's a variable. We use the variable. So if I do mouse, yeah, here we go. So we want to use this. So mouse pad quantity, and we want to say, let's pay attention, guys. So we want to say greater than variable and variable, the other one, mouse quantity. Okay, but we don't have a mouse. I'm thinking of another object that I can use to replace that. So basically, let me just explain real quick, okay? So basically, what we're doing here is we're setting a validation alert that when the quantity of the mouse pad is greater than the wireless mouse, then throw this validation error, okay? That's basically what we're trying to do. So, okay, so if I just do this, let's see if it's not going to throw any error. Okay, that's good so far. So now, what thing do we want to do? So if I go back into, we've already done this, right? So we've done greater than. So let me just see if there is, okay, yeah, we need to create a configuration rule. So we've done the conditions, right? So we need to create a configuration rule. So let me go back here, check something here. Okay. Yeah, so this is basically what we're doing, right? So we created the error condition, and now we need to create that configuration rule. Then we need an action as well. So where is that? So if I do this, we're going to say active on which product? On the desktop bundle. And we're going to do a save there, I think. That should be good. So that's the error condition. So first, let's check what we have in the quote line. Actually, you know what? Let me just say here, 1 second. I'm going to create a mouse pad product. Oh, shall I just use, let me just do a new one real quick. Okay, I used mouse pad, right? I think that's what I use, right? Mouse pad. I think that's what it is. What else? What else? It should be good. Should be good. List. Okay. Mouse pad. Okay. All right. Save. So now if I go to the related tab and add standard price, it doesn't really matter for now. I just put something there. So, okay. And add price book. And then I need to go to add this to our bundle product, right? So if I go back here, close this, just click this again, desktop bundle related, and then we're gonna add as an option, and we're gonna say, I sincerely don't know what numbers, I'll just put 500 for now. I would say mouse pad, right? Features, I can pick extras or something. Yeah, I can pick extras. I think that's about it. That's about it, right? What else? I would save. Okay. All right, so that's good. So now let's see if what we've done is actually working. There are these product rules, right? It's just so much like you have to follow so many protocols, and we're not even done yet. We have many more examples that I probably would like to show you guys. Okay, so if I go here and product bundle, if I select wireless mouse, where is the wireless mouse? It should be here, wireless mouse. I'll select this. I think we selected WLM and mouse pad 2, right? Okay. Wow. Can you guys see that? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So you guys should watch the video again and see what I did. Okay. So basically what we're telling the system is, wow, I was kind of just going on there because there's so many things to remember, right? So yeah, so basically what we did was we wanted to see we're saying that if the mouse pad quality is higher or greater than the wireless mouse, this is just an example. Okay, you might get a requirement like this in real time. Then you have made an invalid selection. Mouse pad quality should not be greater than the mouse product quantity, right? So that's basically the validation rule that we set in there, right? So in real time, you might face a project that requires the mouse or whatever what the product is. So throw a validation error when the mouse pad or whenever the other product quantity is half off. As an example, whenever the wireless mouse is half of the mouse pad, right? You might require to write a validation rule for that, right? So for that, you need what is called a composite operator. And this is slightly complex to solve. Well, it is tricky, but it's simple, right? So that's something. So it's something like, let me see if I can explain. And I think we need our summary variable again. Where is that? Don't we have it open somewhere? Okay. So in real time to solve that kind of scenario, so you need something like divide, okay, what I just told you, right? So whenever so we have like 10 10 tables, right? And 5 chairs. So whenever the chairs is half of the table, then throw a validation error. So this is a composite operator that you need for that. And then you're gonna have something like so divide. So you're gonna divide, right? So something like that. Okay. So you want to divide it by 2, right? So if you want to divide it by 3, then you do that. If you want to divide it by 5, you do that, right? So if you ever get a like a project like that, so you need a composite operator. It's not too complex, it's simple, but it's just that you need the complexity comes from the calculation, right? So you need to get the right calculation. That's basically what that is. What else? Let me see if I can show you filter and then we would round up for today. Okay, let me quickly show you filter and then we will round up for today. Okay, where is our products? This card, I don't need to change anything. So if we say new, and if we say something like, excuse me. Oh, I'm glad that the noise is resolved because it was kind of bothering me that you guys we're hearing the noise. So product family is accessory. So we're just gonna say something like neck rest, okay? And we're gonna say active. For now, let me just check active. So save, okay? So I'll quickly add some price book, standard price book and stuff in here. So I'll just put the price. It's nothing too crazy. And add to price book so you guys can see. So this is probably as far as Cpq will probably get, complex, right? I'm going to show you some advanced approval. It is not complex, but when I'm showing you, you probably will feel like it's complex. But once you look at it, you'll probably feel like, oh, actually it's straightforward. It's not really. It's the setting up of the advanced approval that requires some Apex, but those are already provided for you anyway, so you don't have to type anything. You can just go. I'll provide it. I'll share the details with you. Don't worry when we get there. So product rules is probably one of the things that I don't like in Cpq. All right. So what am I doing now? So what we want to do is we want to add a filter condition. Okay. So add standard, add that. Okay, that's good. So what we're gonna do is maybe we might continue this tomorrow if it goes a bit too long. I just want to add like another 10 minutes for the time that we lost in between. So we're gonna say we need the product family. Where is the product family? Product family, we're in the product, right? So I can type it in, but sometimes I just product family. Let me just do something like add-ons, okay? Oh, don't we already have one like that? Actually, sorry. Let me see. Okay, we don't. Okay. Add-ons, save, right? And if I go back to our product, where is it? So if I do, the bundle. So sorry, it's here. If I do edit and change this to the okay, add-on is there already. Save, okay. So now okay, I'll just leave that for now. Actually, hold on one second. Let me just go back to another product. I want us to have more than two. So which one can I use? I'll just do a new one. Am I not on product? Where am I? Yeah, that's product, right? So new family. Oh, there we go. So notepad or something. NTP, right? Active and I'll save. I just wanted to have more than one, okay? So I'll do this and quickly I'll just do the price book, save. Okay, all right. So now we're gonna add a new product rule, okay? Hopefully, let's hope that this also works as well. So product rule, so we're gonna say something like this. So filter add-ons and hopefully this should work. This is going to be a filter. So we've seen a validation. We've seen a lot. Next is filter. Okay. So I'm going to say active. The condition is going to be all. And this is going to be product scope. And what else? So I think this is, yeah, it's going to be always as well. Yeah, we're going to look at lookup query tomorrow, maybe. Okay. Oh, we're not putting any message for now. Let me just see if that's good. So what we want to do in this case, we want to create an action, okay? And we're going to do something like default. Do we have a default? Yeah, default filter. And then we're going to have something, we're not selecting any products for now. But this, we're going to say filter field is, wait 1 second. Filter field is product family equal add-ons, right? Well, let me just be sure of the name, that API name. So I'm going to copy. I think it's the same anyway. So I'm going to do, yeah. Just watch the video, guys, with all these requirements. So you might get similar requirements in real time, okay? So I'll try to stop as soon as possible. I was just trying to cover for the time that we lost, okay? So product family, add-ons, I think that's it. So what we're trying to do, what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to tell the system to filter the products based on a product family that equals add-ons, okay? So, and we need one more step. So anyway, I was going to ask you guys to tell me what it is, but let's not waste too much time. So I'm just going to say configuration rules. It has to be active. It's got to be desktop bundle, and product feature is extras, right? So let's see if this is if this will work. Okay. I think we're gonna get an error message. And I think we're gonna get an error message, but let me just check. So desktop, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. Okay, save. All right. Drum roll, fingers crossed. Go to our code line. So I think the error that we might get is product family doesn't exist on the product object. I think I've seen that error before. Well, I might be wrong, right? So let's try and see. So, yep, I told you I've seen this before. So an error code when filtering products. So filtered field Cpq product family does not exist on this, right? So I've seen that before. So I know that we might get an error, right? So, okay, so what we need to do is go to our field and relationship, product family. So that's the API name, right? So if I go to, our product option, what was the error message again? Does not exist. Speaking of the product family, does not exist on. Does not exist on object product 2. Okay, all right. So let's go to our product option object. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to do this. I need to save that there. And where was I? I was on this page. And if I go here, so how do we resolve this kind of error? Okay, so I don't know. I cannot see the charts or anything. Okay, but I'm not asking you to answer. But this is very important for you guys to understand how we can resolve this kind of error in real time. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to create a formula field. Okay. 1 second. So we need to create a formula field, and on the product object, right? And it's going to hold the standard product family value. And then what we're going to do then is we're going to create a formula in the product option object using the same API name, okay? So if I go to, where is this? So if I do this, you guys would see what I'm trying to do in a minute. If it doesn't work out, oh, come on. Oh, no, sorry, 1 second. What did I just do? Copy. Okay, all right. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to go to our product. So this is our product, right? So we're already in field this. So I'm just going to do, we're going to do a formula field, okay? Okay, so we're going to call this prod family or something. Yeah, okay. And then we're going to say it's going to be a text, prod family, okay. Next. And so we need a text. We want to convert this to a text, right? So we need a text, and we need insert. Actually, no. 1 second. Do we have family here? Okay, 1 second. Let me see if this is gonna work. So if I do family, okay, I would do check. Okay, that's fine. So text family, you guys will see what we're trying to do. if you guys can hang in there. So I'll just do this. Come on. This, right? And so that's done in the product. So now I'm going to go to the product option and I will do a new, again, the same thing. I would do this. I would say same thing, right? So what was that again? It has to be the same name, prod family. I think it was prod family, right? So it has to be the same, okay? So this is going to be text data type. And I'm just going to do this. So for this, whatever you put in here, it doesn't, it's not going to make or break anything, okay? So, and you know why? Because this is a twin field, okay? So we're just creating for the sake of having both data at the same time, okay? So it's not, we just want to have like a twin field concept here. So I'm going to go next and that. Okay, all right. So now let me go to a product and just new. I just want to check to make sure that field is there, right? So if I just do real quick, prod family formulas. Yep. Okay. So you guys can see that, right? Prod family add-ons. Okay. So that's good. All right. So now, one more thing that we want to do is, you know what? I think this might take a little while. Let's see how far we can go. I'm working on a complex stuff, and I think it's gonna take a little while. So I don't want to take too much of your time. So what we'll do is let's stop here for today, and we can continue tomorrow if you guys are okay with that. I think what I want to show you might actually take a little longer. So yeah, it's going to take a little longer. So let me not, it's probably going to take another 15 minutes or thereabouts. So, or maybe longer than that. So let me just know where I stopped today. So I can take a step back tomorrow, like just show you one or two things that we did. So just as a refresher, and then we'll continue from there. Would that be okay, guys? I know it's been a long night, so I'm glad we were able to solve our troubleshooting, and I'm glad that the noise was eventually canceled. All right, so I'm just going to bring back this. So awesome, guys. That is Cpq, guys. It's a lot, right? But it's really good, actually. It's really good. Yeah. So we're going to see tomorrow. There's no one raising up their hand. So I'm going to stop now so we can have a good rest of the night, and then we'll catch up again tomorrow, folks. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks.